Hello, everyone, and welcome to Week 2 of the winners finals of the Skyward Sword Randomizer Tournament at SpeedGaming Live. Featuring YourAverageLink versus Jasnix08. And this should be an epic match. So, uh, YourAverageLink is up 1-0 in the series, so if you win this game, he's moving on to Grand Finals. Jasnix is going to be trying very hard to prevent that. And if Jasnix loses this, then he goes down to the losers finals to face Jim. So this is a must-win game, or maybe not must-win, but Jasnix definitely wants to win this to avoid dropping down to the losers bracket. But I'm joined by Senra on comms.
Hello.
So,
Yeah.
any predictions for required dungeons this seed? And also, as chat pointing out that YourAverageLink is in fact using Facecam. So we get to actually see his reactions to things.
This will
Assuming he actually stays in frame.
He is not used.
Yeah. So anyway, I interrupted you for predictions for required dungeons.
I honestly say Sanship Fire Sanctuary. Because it's have to, why not both?
Fair enough. I'm gonna go with LMF Fire Sanctuary.
Also an interesting take.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens since the runners have indeed started.
Also, what I saw was that both runner took the same file.
Yeah. Both using the Clock Pause name.
After all, they are Team Colloqupaws. They both made it so far. Lenero and Ancient Cistern.
Yeah, so Cistern being a relatively short dungeon, LMF in these settings, not as bad as it was in the winter tourney. It still has a lot of checks and a lot of time in between checks, but unlike in the winter tourney, we're running on open LMF, so LMF is raised from the start, which means that Hook Beetle is no longer a hard requirement to enter, although it is logically required to get past the first room. And likewise, Bomb Bag is not a hard requirement to enter LMF, so we may be seeing very early LMF dips in this seed. YourAverageLink taking an early bonk to put him about a second behind.
Cave Ski.
Monka Sandsty.
I mean, it's the first somewhat progression item we saw on the seed. Because until Cave Ski, I legitimately thought that Academy will be hinted as Baron.
Yeah, I feel like Academy Baron is would be extremely rare, just given Skyloft in general tends to be relatively stacked, just because the way that the randomization works, you tend to get items front-loaded into early spears. We also have Emerald Tablet right off the bat.
Yep. fair start. It's an okay start, I would say. It's not the best Spear Zero start, but it's still a better start than Lanero.
Yeah, so I got 5 gratitude crystals already up. Interesting that I think Yal and Jasnix took slightly different pathing to Rina's house.
They are still pretty much sync. And Spiral Charge.
Yeah, so that's going to be really nice for their first Sky Loop because they can just clear both of the Spiral Charge rocks immediately.
Have fun with your pole version of Skyward Sword flow. But yeah, until Sky at the very least, we won't see much of a difference between our runners. And marked.
Yeah. Not what our runners were hoping to see early on, especially because they want as many rupees as possible for Beetle access, although they still don't have a projectile to hit Beetle's shop with. So they got rare treasure in that chest, and it may have looked like both of them got different items from that chest, but what actually happens is that for rare treasures and semi-rare treasures, they are just randomly assigned when you open the chest as far as which particular rare treasure you will get.
I think the only exception is the tumbleweed. But...
well, yeah, the tumbleweed is not a rare or semi-rare treasure. So there's... I believe there is one item in the pool that is a golden skull specifically. There's one that's a blue bird feather specifically, one that's a goddess plume specifically, and then yeah, and then the rest of the rare treasures are
Spirit
just
of the Third Beetle and something has empty bottom.
chest and shack.
Ah. Well, the money is a good hint for that, but the runners are still missing a protector to get to Beetle. And
So
both are opting to go to the Spiral Charge Rock first.
makes sense. And then they can double back to Lumpy Pumpkin.
Amber Tablet, okay, yeah.
Yeah, without any B-wheel items or particularly claw shots or bomb bag, I don't think that's where they're going to be going first. They're pretty disincentivized to do that.
Thunderhand and Power is something, and Spirit of the Sword shows to
That was
I
a
still
sword
haven't-
on Din's. Sword on the third Isla Songs check.
Okay, so we know where Master Sword is. Because to get to Din's power check, you need at least White Sword, so the second upgrade. Which is interesting. Oh no, no.
Okay, so both runners look to be heading to Volcanic Island. Yal dodging a tornado by jumping off his loft wing.
Field Grounds has treasure and Grandpa has some long. Rare treasure and digging spot has Farron Song of the Hero.
I didn't quite catch that. Looks like piece 2, the one under the towers, the one I think it was saying. It's really hard to read hints on the commentary restream.
Jasnix is opting to go to Farron.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah, its starting pillar is a rather open pillar.
Yell is not heading in that direction, though. We get to see some divergence.
Indeed, Yal is opting to get from Per's gift a projectile or something else that could help him further along.
Yell looks unhappy about something.
He didn't got the cutscene trigger correctly.
Yeah.
Fire shield doesn't help him much on Farron.
And yeah, that's about all he can really do on Skyloft, so... I mean, it's nice, but it doesn't really help him all that much. Where is he going now?
Hard piece on the ground.
Oh, did he not get the spiral charge rock first?
Apparently.
Yeah, he did not.
Yeah,
that to me is a routing error.
Ruby Tablet is grade 3, and Volcano has a sword somewhere. Jasnix also checking the statue. And Jarl is also now heading to Farron. Which is fair.
Yeah, Jasnix has a head start though. If Jasnix finds a bottle here, I might actually be willing to call this a lead for Jasnix.
But could it really be grade 3 that has Ruby Tablet?
Is that the ledge on the tree or the great tree chest?
I couldn't read it correctly. It had 3. But that is restream problem. We will see it again on Jarl's side.
Well, we'll see here. It is on the ledge outside. Okay, because I can literally see the Ruby Tablet. So that shows how much CJ knows about the hints that he's made.
Yes. As I said, I only read Farron and 3. So my first thought was grade 3.
You know, CJ, we just have to
Item
give you a
on
hard
3
time
and chest behind Sandy Slope has a sword. I think it was a sword. And Jasnix opting to go to Lake Floria.
Right. So, Yell pushed the log all the way, not going for log jump.
The narrow sand sea! Way of the sky. This is something our runners like to read.
Did you catch the Farron trial hint?
Not really, no. And a sword! So, Jasnix needs... I infect everyone until the hints are cold way of the sky. Not even CJ hates Way of the Sky. Way of the Sky. And Jasnix directly opting to go to Elden, which is fair.
Yeah, I mean, makes the most sense because Elden has the most itemless checks available right now, and we still don't have any B-wheel items between both runners.
This is why, and since we don't have scale, Jasnix hasn't opted to do Ancient Cistern yet.
Yeah, the game is physically preventing him from doing that. That said, Jasnix's routing has improved significantly since he did that in Winter Turn.
Sometimes I wonder if this is really a fact.
Okay, so it's a crystal pack on Fair and Trial.
Seems fair.
But yeah, I should say, like, these are two runners who definitely were expected to
Beat this far.
Yeah. Jasnix, despite his lower seeding, his skill level is significantly higher than what his seeding would have indicated, and like the fact that he is the only one in this tournament, or the only one to have defeated a Jim in an SSR tournament match, so...
Yeah. He is the one why Lucis bracket was known to be dominated by Jim. So far, the Fire Shield earrings from Jarls doesn't help him much. More money on Jasnix said. But if either run gets bombs or something. Ooh, a Song of the Hero part. Jarl is in a favorable advantage with Fire Shield earrings because he can directly route those two chests in Volcano Summit.
Yeah. If you wanted to be super crazy, he could RBM the rock away to get to Volcano Summit. I don't know if he will actually decide to do that, but... in a way, this game, Yal has absolutely nothing to lose, so he might decide to just make some plays, just knowing that even if they backfire, he's still got a game 3.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely has more trust in playing it safe than playing more aggressive. Ooh, Jasnix got spopped.
And apparently there was, yeah, there was
Bob
a Boko stuck behind the
Chest.
pillar.
In I don't know which phrase Jasnix and I commentated together, but we named two certain types of two certain harp. We named two bokoblins. One Bob, generally the bokoblin that doesn't want to cooperate, and Jeff, the one that keeps stuck behind a pillar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
I feel like I've like I've managed to deal enough with, or learn how to deal with Jeffs enough, but then there's the bombs are just like, nope. You're just going to lose me like 10 seconds in my speed runs. So Jasnix selecting to leave. Now I have one nightmare scenario here, which is Spirit of the Sword Gratitude Crystals on Baron Trial, because we can do that now.
This hurts, but it's possible.
Jasnix going to Lanayru Pillar, it looks like.
Oriel. Getting his fire shield earrings.
Okay, that makes more sense. So, Yell doesn't know it, but he can gain an advantage potentially by RBMing the rock here. But who knows if he will actually decide to do that.
Jasnix also opting to go to patrol. As I can see on his... As I can read from his landing place.
With the Betro manip, just taking a dip to Betro...
This is their first. Flo has asked if they went to Betro yet.
Yeah, no one has been to Betro yet. But yeah, with the Betro manip, it's now significantly faster to just dip Betro once early, so it's a lot more viable to make this kind of play than before people were really familiar with this manip.
Bow!
Okay, that is gonna pay off a lot.
That is a projectile if I ever saw one.
I think Yao was considering the RBM for a second because he hesitated for a second on going back to the sky, but ultimately deciding to go back to the sky. So he's not going to get the advantage from early fire shield earnings. Because now Jasnix is about to get it and also be able to visit Betro. But overall, these runners are following basically the same early routing, plus or minus a couple things. And now we'll see what the difference is between these runners when Jasnix actually enters Beetle's shop.
Jasnix getting his fire shield earrings. Other than Beetle, Bo only opens one more check and one more. Beetle is now
just a little bit too slow on the rope, unfortunately.
Oh.
The manip, as far as I can tell, was discovered this past summer, but like not really well understood by runners until like just before the tournament started.
Yeah, I saw Ray doing a small tutorial on it. Digging with some Beetle.
It just went from like barely anyone doing it to meta in like less than a week's time.
Yeah.
And mostly because, like, I had assumed that it was, like, a very precise thing, and it really isn't. Finding... This, I think, is our second extra wallet. Not what our runners really want to see. I mean, getting a wallet early can be useful because you need a certain number of rupees.
And
650 for all of the Beetle items.
So mids are the way of the sky item, without any problem to guess.
Yeah, so we're heading right back to Eldon. So yeah, if somebody had made the early Betrow gamble in this seed, it would have paid off hugely because it would have saved an Eldon trip. But progression on Betrow 5 and 10 is not nearly as common as progression on the higher Betrow rewards.
Someone from the community did with the settings of 5,000 somewhat. I think it was exactly 5,000 test seeds and did some kind of data from that. And there was apparently a higher chance for Metro 30 and 40 to have something than Metro 10. Yeah, 5 and 10.
Yeah, basically Bat 30 and higher have like the highest chance out of anything in the game of having progression on them. It doesn't mean it'll always be useful progression, but just progression nonetheless. So.
Yeah, for example, of Tumpaki.
Well, not in this particular seed, but yes, in
yeah.
seeds. But like, there's other things like bottles and crystal packs that are progression, but not like what you want to see when you go to Betrow. So Jasnix still keeping his relatively short lead.
And mark. Okay, it doesn't really matter if one gets marked anymore, because everything useful was bought.
Yeah.
I mean, one could buy a rupee, but for what?
Now we'll see if Jasnix can get circles.
Ah, sadly not.
Okay, well, Yao with the opportunity to win the race right here. Also, yeah, bottle on the sandslide chest. So now we'll be able to see what's on Oriel. So runners might be going back to Farron after this.
Claw shots! Okay, this is kind of big. Especially after it was hinted that Sansi is way of the sky.
Yeah, I'm not amused by that root core. Ooh, Jasnix grabbing that bomb there a little bit late. What he was trying to do, if you grab that bomb and run towards the wall, I totally did not pay attention if Yao got circles or not.
Lake Floria and does the twist of the sword hints directly.
Yeah, so I think that was Eldon and Floria.
Alden could be the claw shots.
It's almost certainly the claw shots.
Well, depending what's on digging spots.
Yeah, I mean there can be more than one spirit of the sword item in an area, so
it can. Thunderhead, for example, had I think 2 spirit of the sword items in the earlier race, and y'all hasn't for stamina managed correctly.
Yeah, like that was just shy. Okay. Yal demonstrating this trick I was trying to talk about. So the bomb is going to explode in his hands in the cutscene, not damage him, but open the rock.
Volcano and Farron Woods.
So it's Farron, not Floria.
It can't be... It has to be something that is not the ruby tablet in Farron Woods.
Okay.
Because an item can't hint itself.
Yeah. Also, the Elden Trial's dead, and the LMF boss key chest is the map. That is an extremely good hint.
And White Sword.
So yep, we now have, well, if we do early Thunderhead, we now have access to Master Sword.
Indeed.
And that may be a play that the runners decide to do, but Jasnix not saving, so we'll see if Yal makes the decision to go for that.
Honestly, I can see them waiting till ballot for Thunderhead. Because outside from the sword, there's no information what... so far, not now. Everyone is kind of the same route.
So y'all picking up water now.
Crystals? With that is bed 30. And logic.
We now know where all three Song of the... Or no, that Song
Bellows!
of the Hero
This is needed.
Yeah. Well, it's logically required for LMF. Depending on where the boss key is, it might actually not be hard required, but like virtually everyone is like, except in very rare scenarios, is going to be getting Gust Bellows for LMF.
Also another hint stone. Or two.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like going back to Summit, I mean, there's always a possibility.
Summit.
I think that's this chest. So okay,
yes,
so Thunderhead's not important.
Anyways, what's the fun Jasnix had? Anyways, I have Master Sword.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting if there is progression on one of the other two Isle of Songs checks, then the runners will be getting True Master Sword.
Hint distributions being the meme it always was and always will be. Heart Piece and Sandra Skyloft. It can't be Fire Shield earrings. And Batro is also an item that is also an area that his own location hints.
Okay, so Jasnix leaving Volcano Summit. So, also with the routing that we're doing here, I'm not sure there's much benefit for Yal having gotten water early, because I'm pretty sure it's faster to just get it now.
Yeah, it was this chest that had the sword hinted, which is a shock in itself.
Yeah, Yal seemed a little bit amused by that.
Yeah, Jasnix did exactly opposite and did this very dramatic thinking face. What could have been on this chest?
So we have 25 crystals. We're 5 short of 30, leaving Eldon.
Also, we still have Oriel and Peril Crystal.
Yeah, we also have a Deep Woods chest, and although that one's probably gonna be put off for a very long time.
My
And
Lara
we
cleaning
have,
blister.
yeah, Bird's Nest, and a bunch of stuff in Lanayru.
Yep. Lanayru is except for bump stuff open.
So Jasnix is heading back to Farron.
Which I think seems fair.
Yeah, there's also Great Tree, so...
Great Tree, we have... I mean, he could also...
Or yeah, so we actually this makes sense because we know that Farron is Spirit of the Sky,
which could not be Ruby Tablet.
Yeah.
Also, I could see Jasnix immediately getting a pallet check. Yes, Flo, but bombs could also be here.
Well, CJ, we could have stuck with Way of the Hero, but since we can't, the name's gonna change every other day.
With that, Patrol 30 is in check.
So
yes, Way of the Samurai is the way of the names.
So Yal is doing early Thunderhead. He's very careful to set it up and fails it. And
on the same tree, he failed it last.
Okay, I am so glad Yal gave us face cam for this. His face cam reaction to that was priceless.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Yell doesn't know it, but he's pretty behind right now, so... If there is there's a very small chance that there's something in Thunderhead, but if there is, that might be the thing that puts Yell back into this.
It has TMS. If this is enough for Yell to think it's worth it, then I don't know.
I mean...
30 crystals. Well, a crystal pack.
But yeah, I mean, Yell's banking on there being something else in Thunderhead other than just True Master Sword. Because no way is he just doing doing early Thunderhead for TMS. He's a better runner than that.
Well, it's Yal routing. And we all know Yal routing is 75% hoping on luck. Whip! This is needed.
Yep, so that is our Spirit of the Sword item for Farron.
That Academy has Bug Metal and Volcano Summit. Yeah. Okay, yes, this can be hinted.
Yeah.
Because we got a projectile before we went to Volcano Summit.
Did we catch what the hints were on Thunderhead Hintstone? Because
Nope.
we're looking at Jasnix's screen. Did someone in chat catch it?
Or does he go clockwise?
Well, he's doing like he's going back and forth. Like he started with the Hintstone and then went here.
He doing
Which
the
makes no sense to me because he knows he's not going to find a sword there. So, like, I guess, like, yeah, it's a little bit better to path from, like, Isle of Song's right, but, like, the advantage doesn't make any sense when, you... I don't know. I think this is Yal just, like, out 5-heading himself.
Yeah. Yal be hoping for luck.
I mean, this isn't even hoping for luck. This is just, like... weird routing. I mean, then again, it's like, Yal's in the finals and I'm not, so what do I know, but...
Well, you don't have the gut feeling on... Hey! Chess says third, again, for the third time. Which it doesn't have this time, but it could have any other check. Any other item, since Sansi was hinted Spray of the Sky. Yeah, Yao went game 3 and True Master Sword. Was there anything else useful on there?
Nope, another bottle and a crystal pack. The crystal pack maybe, but other than that, this Thunderhead trip, unless he got a
Night
good
Academy
hint.
and Gold Rupee. What? Okay, yeah, there are 3 checks where a Way of the Sky could be, since we have LMF as a hidden. Din's power.
Okay, so Yal is now really far behind. So Yal's actually gonna check okay, I see a hint that the bird's nest item is crystals on Yal's layout, so we're gonna presume that that was on the Thunderhead Hintstone. Not really something that's gonna save him a ton of time, but because he's probably gonna be going up to the Waterfall Island anyways. So yeah, I'm gonna call that that play just like absolutely not working out at all for Yal. Jasnix, meanwhile, heading to the Spirit of the Sword Sansi. Yal is doing the harp tutorial.
Which is fair.
Well, he's going to have to do this at some point during the season, so he decided to do it now.
Yeah, I thought Jasnix does that too, but yeah.
Alright, Noel making a good point that none of this is in logic because there's no logical way to get to blow up that boulder. But because we can whip the cactus, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, whip is kind of broken.
It just means we're probably not going to find bomb bag here.
Yeah, we could still find scale.
Crystal Pack on bot G check.
We could find Skyward, we could find a beetle. Slingshot apparently.
In a very weird way, that could actually be a Spear of the Sword, if it is our logical Floria access. Because to get access to Lake Floria in Logic, you need Scale, you need either Gust Bellows or Claw Shots, which we have both, and you need either Slingshot or Beetle, which is required in order to wake up Yerbil. And none of the runners are actually going to wake up Yerbil, but
It's needed for logic purposes.
yeah. So, if Slingshot actually is Spear of the Sky, then Sansi was a complete debate. But there's 2 more checks here.
At this point, Flo, yes, since Fence Hub should be one of the things that should be part in logic.
I don't know, but then we don't really have a glitchless logic anymore. So I kind of like the way that it is. And okay, so we're looking for a free fall chest to save us.
Thing is 64. You could still put it behind Gale. It is Beetle.
Okay, so that is potential. So that is half of Hook Beetle, which is required logically for LMF, and can also substitute in a bunch of places for Bomb Bag, because if you can pick up Bomb Flowers with the Hook Beetle. And also, well, no, I was gonna say about the Boko in Ancient Cistern, but we have Bow, so we can cut down the spider thread with that. So not actually a complete debate in Sansi. Okay, so Jasnix not getting spores from Farronwood, so he's gonna get spores from Volcanic Island. I'm not sure if Yal remembered to get spores while he was in Great Tree or Farron. And yeah, so Bomb Bag was definitely required for Skipper's access, because since there was a beetle inside there, Hook Beetle could not be the logical access. So that's actually pretty valuable information, that we know that Slingshot, that, like, I guess, like, depending on where another... Well, actually, it means that we cannot find our other beetle in Lake Floria. Which means Bomb Bag is probably not scale locked. Okay, looks like Yal is going to be following in Jasnix's footsteps even more. And I guess the one thing is that Yal made the extra Thunderhead trip that Jasnix did not, and that is not the entirety of Jasnix's lead, but is a very significant part of it. Malara's has Bocce. Okay, this may cause Jasnix to lose some time to Yal if he decides to chase that. Wait, Jasnix found crystals but didn't pick them up? Was Bat 40 hinted and we just missed it?
I don't remember. Bat 50 was hinted.
But if we don't know what's on Bat 40, it seems really odd to just jump down and ignore the crystal pack.
Then
that confuses me.
ballad.
That was hinted.
Yeah.
So if Jasnix indeed only has 30 crystals, like he could be orphaning something here.
Song of the Hero complete.
Yeah, it doesn't matter though because the SGLIVE Silent Realm was hinted to be dead. So, Yal has the advantage of having one more crystal pack than Jasnix. So, if Yal actually picks up that crystal pack on the bird's nest, and Bat 40 has, like, Bomb Bag or something, like, suddenly this race completely changes. Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can think of is that we just missed Bat 40 hint on the waterfall hint stone in Skyloft.
And with this we have some percent.
Oh, that was the Bat 50 hint. Okay, I am super confused by what Jasnix is doing then. I guess, did Jasnix not do any of the academy checks?
Not yet.
Okay, well, Yal is going to catch up a tiny bit here because Jasnix is going into the Thunderhead. And he's
Which
going to
makes
find...
us see what the Thunderhead hints even were.
One of them was the crystals on the bird's nest. I'm pretty confident in that.
I mean, we still... Did we resolve Central Skyloft? We must have.
That was earrings, I think.
No, the Central Skyloft was hinted in Volcano Summit. It can't be
right.
earrings.
Then I'm not sure, and I'm not sure what else is left that we haven't
Did we
checked.
got hinted chat chest?
Also, I don't think so. And Yell missing the P-Hat cycle, very unfortunate. Although at the same time, because of the fact that we have to check a couple additional chests on the way up, like, missing the P-Hat cycle is not all that unusual in Rando. Yell looking not particularly happy with what he's finding in Sandsea. Well, I'm paying attention to his face cam for how he reacts to Beal.
Yeah, Paris crystals were Neighbor's wisdom.
Which potentially could be Spirit of the Sky, or Spirit of the Sword. Yao looks to be in physical pain from getting that beetle. Yao also going for the brake slide here that doesn't actually save any time.
Yeah, I think Jasnix is going to Academy now.
I think Jasnix kind of not looking super thrilled at the moment. Well, no, he's not heading to Academy. He's heading back to Lanayru.
Alright, he has all of Lanayru left. Well, everything that isn't bomb blocked.
I mean, we almost had, like, sync between the runners if Yal had just gone right back into the pillar, but, he didn't, so, he's going to check Oriel, so...
There's that time loss.
Yal's going to continue to be behind as long as he's just trailing the same exact checks Jasnix is doing. I mean, I probably would have checked Academy on that last Skyloft trip, but
I think they're thinking that Cave's Keep is the way of the sky and item.
yeah, and I mean that it's very possible that that's what it is, but and I get it, like Holland's letter and is a slow check. I guess, I mean, Zelda's closet is not quite as slow, but... Okay, Yal may be making up some time here. He's going back into the Lanayru pillar. So he's not going straight up to Skyloft.
True, Jasnix could try to go into LMF as far as he can.
Yeah. Which, depending on boss key location, he could technically be LMF now. The only thing would be that would stop him would be if the boss key was in the first chest in East Wing. Never mind. We can do all of LMF now. So Desert was where we need to go all along, and Yal. The difference between Jasnix is still ahead, but Yal's going to make up a huge amount of time here by not doing the Skyloft trip that Jasnix did.
So technically, we are only missing scale. for Jasnix being in go mode.
Yeah. But Yal's going the opposite direction from the way that Jasnix went. We'll see if Yal decides to enter LMF right now. That's going to potentially be a game-losing decision, depending on where the boss key is. Okay, so Yal's just circling around LMF to get... Okay.
Yeah.
This is fine.
I mean, as I said, Yal is only missing scale.
Yal Monka's staminaing there.
And bombs on Yal. Useless money on Jasnix. So currently it's a race for boss keys and scale.
Yal taking multiple attempts to climb up there. Not sure. Yal maybe feels behind. He's made some plays that have not panned out for him. So there might be a small amount of nerves here at play for Yal. But Yal's not completely out of this yet.
Now, seat is still everybody's race. Jasnix checking the statue in case he has to double dip. And we have a very dangerous LMF.
I don't know if I'd say it's dangerous. Now, the one thing that Jasnix needs to be careful of is his arrow count. He cannot refill arrows in this dungeon, and so he only has a couple of arrows left, and he's going to want to conserve at least one of those for the very end of the dungeon, where you have to hit the time shift zone, or else he's going to have to fly the beetle, which is extremely slow. So, especially
he also
with
has Linkshot.
Yeah. And True Master Sword, so he has the instantaneous Skyward Strike.
And Magma Missile, also kind of in logic.
So, I think Yal got burned by not checking Party Wheel Chest last time. This time, however, he's kind of...
He got burned for checking Party Wheel Chest.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like that is the single game-losing decision for Yal. Yal's just kind of gradually just fallen behind in this race. And it's mostly because Yal and Jasnix have mostly followed similar pathing, but I think just Jasnix has executed a little bit better, and Yal, like, failing early Thunderhead once and then not getting any kind of tangible reward from the early Thunderhead play hurt him. To the point where Jasnix took an extra Skyloft check, or an extra Skyloft loop, and is still ahead. Huh, interesting. Oh, well, Yal could not have done that check before, so that's why he's doing it now. And now he's going to enter LMF. But Jasnix is already several rooms into LMF.
Indeed. And Jasnix can also do East Wing.
I think Yell was like thinking for a second about refilling bombs or something. He like walked right into that bomb location, and Yell's arrow count also not looking great. I mean, sniping those two spumes is pretty fast, but as long as he makes sure he has an arrow for the very end for hitting the last time shift stone after defeating Mold. Jasnix missing that Skyward strike, unfortunately. Missing it a second time. It is a very awkward Skyward strike to hit. Like sometimes the game's just like no, and this feels really bad. Yeah, Jasnix definitely not happy about that. Well, Jasnix has the boss key, so now we'll see. Does Jasnix just rush the boss, or does he full clear this dungeon? It's a decision Yal's also going to have to make. Because we still need scale. So Jasnix opening the gate.
He is thinking about double. Okay, he's doing East Wing.
And Yell decided to just start with East Wing. So it's an interesting decision from Yao. I think it makes sense given that you start with a small key, but and maybe this is just like Yao trying to play with based on Jasnix's tendencies, assuming that he might find an item that before Jasnix does, which might be technically true, but he still needs to go do West Wing to get his boss key.
While Jasnix only needs scale and he's in go mode.
I think that's true for Yal too.
Yeah, but Jasnix could literally death warp out of here and Monka steer towards boss key, boss door.
Yeah, I'm not sure though he actually set up for death warp though, so I don't think he loses or gains much time to Yell if scale is in one of these chests. I think they both just go the normal way. Jasnix picking up more slingshot ammo. But yeah, looks like Yell's ahead, but Yell still has to do East... Or... Yeah, East Wing. Or West Wing. Yeah. But this race has evened out a lot just from LMF.
Yeah. LMF is a big tiebreak. It's a big equalizer. Same as Fire Sanctuary.
Yeah, all those multiple attempts it took for Jasnix to hit that one time shift stone, like that has been enough to put Yal back into not ahead, but back into striking range.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is true. The one thing that Jasnix does have over Yal is that Jasnix has done some Skyloft checks that Yal has yet to do.
I mean, of all we know, Skay could be on Fledge.
Yeah, could be on Fledge Crystals. Could also be in Mines. Which our runners have ignored except for the first chest.
I mean, Mines wasn't available until Bombeck.
Yeah, well, the third chest you could have gotten but with brake slides, but out of logic. But yeah, the second chest wasn't available. It'll be really interesting if Scale was in the first chest in Mines, but I kind of doubt that would be the case, or Shed chest probably would have had some kind of progression.
On the other end, there could also be Scale could also be on Hot Container or Hop. We have literally no idea. Neither do our runners.
One thing is, we know it's not in the boss key chest because boss key chest was hinted to have the map. So, runners will not have to do that. So Jasnix saving here?
Just before boss key.
Yeah, except he's not doing the boss key room unless he forgot the hint. So I don't think the Death Warp really is going to save time for Jasnix. So, oh, he is actually got damage on the spike wall. Interesting. Yeah, actually I take that back. The Death Warp will ultimately save Jasnix time. Jasnix has found 4 bottles. So we're closing in on bottle %. Yal going for his patented Yal slide, although in that particular case I'm not sure it actually saved him time. Nope.
Pouch.
And Jasnix death warping, and now he's gonna go fight Moldy. Yal taking a hit from the Broke there. Doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Might save him some time damaging down. Jasnix on the Moldarok fight. The strat is to stun his claws with the claw shots and then stab the claw. And rinse and repeat. The right claw takes 5 hits and the left claw takes 7 hits. And you want to space out the 2 hits so that you can repeat the stun lock. If you do the 2 stabs too close together, then Moldy will will like close his claw and become invulnerable for a time. And Jasnix showing off a pretty solid Moldy fight.
And cleaning something.
Yeah, Floha pointing out that Yal is not death warping back. This is going to lose Yal like another maybe
Yal? We were not able to see it.
20 or so seconds.
Heart medal!
So yeah, Yal waiting for the minecart to take its trek back. Jasnix did not conserve arrows, so is going to have to slowly fly the beetle up to the time shift zone. This is why ammo management is important in Skyward Sword Randomizer, as it is in, like, it's one of those underappreciated things in Rando of, like, pretty much any game.
Jasnix has scooped 3 times Ancient Air. And money. So there was not scale.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really expect to find skill there. So, we're left with mines and some Skyloft checks in this hint stone. That's completely useless. Hinting something in LMF, like anyone was ever gonna check that hint stone before LMF. Well, technically our runners don't have the capability. So we know that there's some check that our runners had access to before LMF that has Hook Beetle. And then there's scale. So Jasnix.
Farron. Bombs.
Yeah, true. There's those 2 checks, and those 2 checks have a pretty decent chance of having progression. Oh, he still needs to do ballad check. So that's one thing where he's now handing like 2 minutes back to Yal that Yal's already spent. That's part of the reason why Yal was behind. And so I'd actually call this race like close to even. The one advantage that Jasnix will have is already having done Skyloft checks. So If Yal goes to Farron and does bomb walls, then Yal takes back the lead. If Yal does academy checks, then Yal probably takes back the lead. If Yal goes and does the stuff, the other Skyloft checks, then that's basically handing Jasnix back the lead. Yal doing his patented scoop.
I mean, Ancient Air can probably sell much.
That is actually a very good point. Yal knows not to do cleaning crystals. Oh no, Jasnix, like, he was a little bit too early on the last drum and loses a bunch of time to that. Like, Jasnix had a pretty huge advantage up until, like, probably midway through LMF, and now it's pretty equalized at this point.
Yeah, LMF is an equalizer.
I think the natural way to route Skyloft in this situation, though, is starting with the waterfall, but Yal's gonna start with Academy. Not buying stamina potions first.
Nope, we have no idea where Scale is.
This winds up being a Fledge Crystal Seed. Yal's making a big mistake. Jasnix doing log jump twice, which loses time to just watching the log cutscene.
Whip was in Deep Woods. CJ. I mean, there could still be a second item from all we know. There's Hook Beetle.
Okay, so we resolved that. So Hook Beetle was bomb locked, although I think we both beetles were bomb locked actually.
Yeah.
Not that I think that matters for that much, but it's just kind of interesting. So Yal doing Colin's letter check. He could have combined this with Fledge Crystals, but chose not to.
Is it Flash Crystals or is it Mines?
I'm gonna guess Fledge Crystals just for the memes.
Me too.
We also don't know what Bat 40 is yet. Jasnix is going back to mine. So we finally, in the last bit of the seed, we finally have some divergence.
Yeah, after they literally either hand-holded the checks or the high-fived on the way out and in the checks.
So Yell also confident in Bat 40 being junk.
Not totally.
But he's entering Betrow with 35 crystals when he could have had 40.
Yeah.
I don't understand this.
We have to ask them later if 40 was entered. 50!
Because both of them made the same decision, and I'm looking at Yal's stream layout and not seeing in his list of hints anything about Bat 40.
Scale.
Oh, his crystals were mistracked. So Bat 40, Jasnix not picking up that one gratitude crystal pack. Like, that is going to cost him this race.
Yep. And with that, we have a rematch between Jasnix and Jim.
This is so tragic for Jasnix because Jasnix was playing so well for the majority of the seed.
Jas was on 30 the last time he went to Batro. Yes. Now he's at 50.
Yeah. I mean, still, I mean, okay, I guess I'll give him that, but why would you intentionally skip the crystal pack that's literally under your feet? Unless, like, in Yal's case, it made sense. Because he had 40, and he could just go, and he knew that he didn't need 50, so there was no reason to pick it up. Jasnix, on the other hand, had an unknown betrothal reward.
Yeah, Jasnix doing Jasnix thing.
Jasnix literally threw this. Also, Jasnix, like, not having any bombs, you were just in LMF, there's plenty of bomb refills in LMF, and, so, this is one of those things about ammo management.
Toilet paper too!
Jasnix is very, confused. And I think definitely not happy with these mines check.
Wouldn't be the first time today that someone is mistracking and because of that losing.
Yeah.
True,
I mean,
Jasnix is using a tracker. Of course.
Yeah, but it doesn't take a like. I don't know. Yeah, maybe he lost track of his gratitude crystal count, but like.
He just got 50.
I know, but I'm talking about when he made the decision to not pick up the gratitude crystal pack on the bird's nest.
He mistracked in his head. Yes, that's Jasnix thing to do.
So now we'll see from Yal if this is a god cistern. Jasnix not happy about those magma mitts. That opens up a check for him in Summit. Yal getting rupees he doesn't need. So this is not the god cistern. So Yal gonna do this front hop onto the lever. To skip having to flip a lily pad to pull that lever with the whip as you're intended to do. Okay, Jasnix heading on to Skyloft. He's going to get his scale, but a little bit too late. Y'all deciding not to go for the Boko check. There are still 2 small keys at large. So I think Yal's just... yeah, I think Yal's figured out that one of them has to be on the Boko. Not sure where the other one is, though. I guess it has to be on the boss key chest.
Nope. Chess has lost. Unless Jasnix goes to patrol now. Like, right now.
Even if Jasnix goes to patrol
and
now...
Yao dies to every face of Horde.
Well, the fact that
Girahim
Yal...
and Demise.
The fact that Yal just clipped back inbounds, that is certainly handing a bit of time back to Jasnix.
Yeah, but Yao had to throw like only an unexpired random player with only Master Sword can throw.
Yal is very frustrated at the moment. You can definitely see it on his face cam. Yal needs to pull himself together. He has this race. If he can, he just needs to get the cistern clip movement properly. So he's going for whip chest here, which I believe the whip chest has to have the boss key. I don't think there's any other key configuration possible.
Yes.
However, he's gonna have to... Oh, no, he's not. I ignored the sentence I was about to say. So, what he did is the correct sequencing. Yeah, it's unfortunate, like, both races today have just come down to just, like,
mistracking.
Mistracking or just, like, one big miscalculation.
It was mostly mistracking. Kid Cut mistracked or forgot to track his fire shield earrings and lost a good portion to that. And Jasnix has put off patrol for way too long.
Okay. Jasnix, like, not really giving too much of a reaction to that scale.
It was last location for him.
Well, not... I mean, there was Fledge Crystals.
Yeah.
Uh,
But it was the last pre-checks he could do. Next to a digging spot in Volcano Summit.
yeah.
And
Yal picking up a heart there. I mean, reasonable, because he's probably going to wind up picking one up in the Horde fight, and so he would like to avoid getting the text in the Horde fight. But yeah, so we're looking at, unless Yal has multiple catastrophes in the end game, we are looking at Yal moving on to Grand Finals. And Jasnix will be moving down to the losers bracket to fight, or to face Jim in a best-of-3 series. Which Jasnix has beaten Jim before, so we cannot count Jasnix out yet. But this is not the situation that Jasnix wanted to find himself in. You're at... Wow. Yao only had one arrow, so he had to arrow and then Skyward Strike. Having the True Master Sword quick Skyward Strike definitely helped him out there. I'm surprised that Yao decided to pick up that heart container, but I guess...
It could have more hearts for him.
I mean, yeah, I could also have Curse Metal. But I guess Yao's not really concerned about having a fairy for Horde, considering he has True Master Sword. So Yao is done with Cistern. Jasnix is about halfway through Cistern. We'll hope he makes the same realization that of where the boss key is after not finding a small key in this chest. And wow, I just realized we have pouch percent for both runners. Jasnix not coming to the same realization about the boss key location. So Jasnix is losing even more time. Yao getting the cutscene skip there. By throwing a bomb, he's able to displace both of those Bokoblins, and when the Bokoblins are not in their initial position, the cutscene does not trigger. I think Yao is like nervously glancing at race time. He certainly does not feel good about some of the early decisions he made in this seed, but he also does not know that Jasnix completely threw this race.
No runners have got no shield. They are both pretty confident in their shieldless G3 and the mice fight.
Jasnix just choosing to drown in order to death warp, which is rather slow. But he also doesn't have bombs, so and didn't want to wait for the Boko to shoot arrows at him.
None of none of them got cursed metal either, so yeah. Jasnix, on the other hand, got system clip first try though.
Yao with a near flawless first phase of Horde. We'll see if he gets Horde skip here. Setup looks good.
And hot skip.
Yeah, Yao with only 4 hearts, but he still has the fairy in his back pocket, so it's completely fine.
Jasnix about to finish Ancient Sister.
Oh, and picking up a heart. So Yao's gonna use his fairy around here to refill his stamina. And it would take all the Billies in the world to stop him here. Billy is the name that we give to the last Bokoblin here who gets in a hit on you. And Yal did get Billied, but it doesn't matter at all. The difference between 8 and 10 hearts, or whatever, I think it's actually 7 and 9 hearts, basically doesn't matter. I can very clearly count.
Great phase 1 of Gira and 3 on y'all side.
Yep, getting the perfect phase 2 strap. And you wretched brat. That's obligatory for Skyward Sword races. Yal actually getting an upspin. I know Yal's been pretty vocal about how he finds upspins to be pretty difficult. I think he himself is shocked. Either by the fact... I think he looked at race time and is just shocked that Jasnix had not finished. Maybe also about the upspin, but... Now with that, Yal has finished in first place with a time of 1:42.54.
GG.
I think Yal surprised, and Jasnix has forfeited from the race. So we will bring them both in for an interview. Yal will be moving on to grand finals. to face the winner of Jasnix and Jim. And Jasnix and Jim will have to fight for it in a best of 3 series.
Hello,
So we're joined by Jasnix.
Dude, I am so mad.
Why did you skip the crystal pack on Bird's Nest? That's my #1 question for you.
Did I skip that and then...
Yes.
Why did I skip that?
It was literally right in front of you and then you jumped down.
Was that gonna get me 40?
Yes.
I don't think it was going to get you 40. I think you had 30 and it
30
would have
or
gotten you 35.
40 yeah, something along those lines.
Just don't
Like
tell me
40,
so... If it is, I'm quitting random.
The baby's rattle had crystals. That was hinted.
Yeah, so Jasnix saw it. Jasnix, like, cleared all the dust, saw crystals, and just jumped off. And skipped them. And he only had 30 crystals. So then he went to Betrow with 30 crystals, and didn't get the scale. And then went to Linnaeus.
So this race, to me, was kind of similar to the last one, in that I got hung up by my Go mode item. And the only way that I was winning, except this time, there was no swords in the equation. I was just screwed unless there was some miracle. And somehow Jasnix full cleared the seed, and that's what saved me.
Yeah, I mean, actually, you know what saved you? Was your early Thunderhead dip where you got an extra crystal pack.
Really? I thought that was going to lose me the race at some point, considering I failed it once, and it only gave me that and the TMS.
Yeah, although you did wind up making your second Skyloft trip much later, so actually, now that I think about it, you might have still had 40 regardless, but... Because I forget if there were crystal packs in Linnaeus
45
anywhere.
when I entered Skyloft.
Okay, so then that didn't wind up mattering, but yeah, like we were actually convinced you were really far behind up until LMF, and you started to claw some time back over the course of LMF, and then post LMF, like was when you finally went back to Skyloft, and you went to Betrow and got the scale and bought Bat 40. That put you like hugely in the lead.
I see.
Yeah, this race also
This,
feels like the last one for me because this felt like another seed that I definitely could have and should have won, but kind of just got screwed over by one bad decision, which annoys me to no end.
When I first started getting really mad whenever I got debated by Sansi again. In fact, the slingshot was in the same location, but that wasn't even the debate.
Yeah, this seed would have been like an hour long if we had just had the scale and Sansi like it should have been, honestly, because we didn't. I bet both of us neither had bombs and we couldn't have Hook Beetle. So like, in my head I was like, this has to be scaled because it's locked by stuff. And
I didn't think it had to be
No.
scaled, but I was pretty sure it was more likely to be scaled than a different Spirit of the Sword location.
Yeah, you definitely had a really great reaction to the beetle in Skippers. But yeah, no.
The reaction at the end was indeed to looking at live split, or not live split, race time, because I closed it when I was entering Horde, and then I opened it up before going to Demise.
Yeah.
Because I figured if Jasnix finishes while I'm in Horde, I may as well finish it out anyway. And
Yeah.
I have to pull up the race time to .done for Demise, so...
Yeah. And well... Yeah, I mean, the thing was, though, like, that beetle wound up saving you both a little bit because your arrow count was so low in LMF.
Well, I actually had enough arrows.
Yeah, I think Jasnix...
I did not.
Yeah, Jasnix basically ran out. Like, I was kind of talking about, like, your arrows were kind of low when you chose to snipe the Froaks at the... Or not the Froaks, the Spumes at the start of the dungeon.
Yeah, I just was not really thinking about my
And it's like,
count at that point.
yeah, because basically it's a matter of, like, maybe Skyward striking them loses, like, a second, but it doesn't consume ammo.
Well, I reasoned out that not having to do boss clearing means one less use of an arrow. And the remaining ones were the east wing and the end of the dungeon. So
Yeah. And then, yeah, you also kind of got saved in Cistern by not needing to do the Boko check because you were able to correctly reason out that the boss key had to be on Whip Chest.
did Jasnix
Where-
skip the East Wing?
Jasnix doubled back for it.
Oh,
Yeah, I did not. I'm not really good at key logic, but yeah, I probably should have noticed that.
I actually originally was gonna system clip to boss
Oh,
key and
Keith,
then get the whip, and I was like, wait, if I system clip the whip, I can just go directly to the end. So
Yeah.
and I clipped inbounds. That didn't make me happy.
Yeah, I
It took me
noticed
forever
you
to
had...
get the system clip as well.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, your Cistern clip did not go particularly well for you. But... yeah, regardless, you are moving on to Grand Finals, so how does that feel?
I'm honestly just relieved that A, I don't have to play Game 3, and B, I don't have to schedule the nightmare that is Losers Finals tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll need all the luck I can get on that.
Like, if KitKat had beaten Gymnast, I don't think it would have been possible for us to schedule.
If it be Jim, I literally would not be able to do it in one day because he would probably we'd have to play one game and that's it. So yeah, that would have been bad. It's gonna be rough tomorrow anyway. Yeah, I
I'm
feel
really
like
excited to see that
my
finals.
routing was my and y'all's routing basically the same at the start.
You had the divergence a bit before LMF, a bit inside LMF, and the divergence started when after LMF and the true search for the scale happened.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
the first divergence was Yell doing early Thunderhead in...
And failing it once by rolling up the tree again. Oh my god. I'm
Actually
never
not
using
a bad
that tree.
play.
I'm never using that tree again for early Thunderhead.
It's actually not a bad play if you did
Well,
Thunderhead
I felt
plus
kind of bad about the play
saving.
because I had no reason to go to Thunderhead because I'd already gotten Master Sword from Summit. But I wanted the hint, and TMS is nice to have.
I mean, yeah, and it's like
So-
there's still the chance that that you find something else much earlier than
I
your
don't remember where
opponent.
Gust Bellows are actually in Thunderhead, so that sword was in the same, well, nearly the same sphere as the sword in Summit. So
No, Gus Bells was in Summit.
I know it was, and that locked Malara, which had Ballad. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
also shoutouts to that hintstone was like so convenient because it told me both I don't have to get Baby Rattle for the 50 crystals and that I don't have to do Malara. So that was a nice little time saver at the end.
Yeah, I ended up just doing Malar to get the thing. But at the end there, I honestly I did the whole scout trip. I honestly didn't even care about doing the checks. All I wanted was the hint stones because I knew as soon as I got my next thoughts that it was gonna be my go mode. So yeah, and it turns out with my luck that it had to be Shipyard Statue that has the sauce because I checked every other hint stone. So yay!
Sots for
Actually,
what?
I think it has 2 sauce.
Sots for what?
Sauce for oh wait, yeah. Betrot's already hinted.
Yeah, that's the
I
thing
just
that's
thought it
screwed me
was-
over because I already got the Bat 10, and so I didn't think about any future ones until it just came along my path.
Yeah, at that point I was putting Betro on the same level as any other check because same thing. Like, I didn't think it could be anything else.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's the Bat 30 and up has like that 50% chance of being progression, so it's or close to that. So you ignore Betro at your peril.
Okay, well, you also ignore Spirit of the Sword at your peril, but I guess here we are.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, that, yeah.
But yeah,
GG.
I think just all I take away from this race is just frustration mostly. I just feel so annoyed that I feel once again like one go mode item we chase, and it's gotta be the thing, and I just get kind of some of the worst luck I could have gotten at that point. Because up to both races, the only check I had left before I did my final thing was Lanabru trial that was unhinted at that point. So, yeah, it's annoying to me that once again, just kind of not doing what I should have when, and like to be fair, I don't even think Betrow is like should have when the Fire Sanctuary. I feel not doing Betrow kind of just was my routing, but yeah, it's frustrating in that way. But it's rando. At least I get to
Rando,
Hopefully
Rando,
you've
Rando.
got the bad luck out now, and now you can defeat Jim a second time.
Oh yeah,
Excited to see that final. That'll be.
yeah. We are keeping things exciting for these coming up races, and hopefully close. I feel this race was close in the wrong way. But...
Yeah. Again, I thought for sure, after seeing that you hadn't finished when I was going into the sealed temple at the end, I was like, okay, so I'm probably going to lose by like 3 minutes, and that's that. It's fine. I have another try, but...
Yeah, as when I mean, I was watching Racing the entire time. Honestly, like, I feel when I left Mines, because I did Mines after Farron, and I didn't get anything, I knew I was going to lose that. Because there was no chance that I would come back from that. But, yeah. Because at that point, it was I think I was already behind at that point, but, yeah, I had done way too much, and I knew you wouldn't have done as much as I did, so...
Yeah, at some point you look at your remaining checks and you're like, oh, that number's so low, there's like no way that I'm winning. And...
Yeah.
I
Especially
think
on
I
an
had
element
like
of ACC.
5 remaining or something like that. I don't know. Before getting scale. I guess I never got Paros crystals, but that would have been my next thing if it wasn't on Betrow.
Yeah, I think Paros was nothing. I don't think it would ended up being anything.
Oh yeah. When I was doing Oriel at the start, I forgot to get the Spiral Charge Rock, and I just shook my head in disappointment and went back for it.
I did something weird with that where I did after Lumpy, I went to do the hint and get the Star Charge Rock, but I specifically didn't get Oriel because I wanted to wait if I can get a bottle and then do it all in one fell swoop, but fun fact, no.
What makes me sad is that I already left Lanayru after Sansi, and I actually went and did Oriel then. But had I gone to Skyloft, I would have saved like 20 minutes, because yeah, I think I had enough crystals at the time to get the water scale.
I think no, I didn't. Because I went to Skyloft there and I just didn't have enough crystals. But that was entirely because I didn't do early Thunderhead. I didn't have enough crystals up to that point. And I, for some reason, skipped the crystals in Nest, even more so. I'm gonna go check what the shipyard hint is and see if it was actually something.
Well, CJ makes a good point. In his server, we were planning on doing Amogus after Game 3, but now that Game 3 is not a thing, we would be doing that. So, maybe Jasnix can get his revenge there.
I don't know. I'm pretty defeated after this, and I also need to catch up on some work, so...
I see.
Let's just say scheduling this with all the best of threes and stuff, when I have a lot of assignments to, is not exactly the best thing in the world. So yeah, especially if I had won today, I actually would have been fine because I would have had tomorrow to catch everything up. But even more reason I'm upset by losing because it would have made scheduling so nice. I mean, I guess I wasn't in losers, so I didn't have to schedule even worse. But
yeah, losers bracket scheduling was very tight. But yeah, GG's. Good luck to you against Jim. And if you win, I'll be happy because I like my chance. No offense, but I like my chances better against you than against Jim because I mean everybody's scared of Jim. And that would also mean 85% of the prize pool goes to Team Kalakpaz, so that'd be
true.
Cool.
I wouldn't I don't really care for playing you. I mean, we didn't have a real, I would say, real race that wasn't like
Yeah,
just
these
last
races were
location and
kinda
stuff.
dumb.
I'm interested to see what like a one-on-one like more traditional seed would look like. Because like I don't know if Scale wasn't Sansi, I wonder what the race would have looked like at that
Say
point.
spoiler log, but that kind of mitigates the whatever got me to this point in the first place, because clearly I'm not like, if this were spoiler log, I would be behind KitKat and you a lot more considerably. Probably would not have gotten this far. But like whatever routing stuff or whatever that I do added on to a spoiler log like setting where all other things are equal and you don't last location stuff. That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
The secret is luck. I mean routing.
Okay. I last location things too, you know.
I mean, to be fair, I did get
Back
lucky
in
on my
Mirage
other
race.
races, but
Mirage
when I
race
get-
is probably just
I got-
execution.
yeah, I had it both incredibly lucky and incredibly unlucky 2 in a row. So actually, I wouldn't even say my racing incident was that lucky. Kick out was more so.
Anyway. I'm pretty much, that's all I've got. If anybody else
Only thing I want to say is mad. Although I'm about to do the shipyard hint, so let's just see what this is. If this is Scale, I'm gonna be mad because I was thinking about doing this, but I still hold the opinion that this is a check no one should ever do. But if this was gonna win me the race, then I'm gonna be upset.
let's see, we've gotten I have
Actually, this
6
has to be the hint because we never got a Bat 40 hint.
I have
This literally
6
has to be Bat 40.
Well, Bat 40 is not an always hinted location, that's Bat 50.
Oh, is it?
I
Oh, it's
have...
Patrol 5. Okay, so never mind. I guess hints just hated me.
Wait, hang on. How can there be location hint when there's only been 6 other Spirit of the Sword hints placed? Unless I forgot to write one of them down.
I only got 6 thoughts. I was counting them. Because I think. Unless I'm forgetting
I have
it.
Beetle, Betro, Sansi, Skyloft, Eldon, Fair. Wait, no, Eldon and Farron are. I wrote those on the same line. Okay, so I have 7.
Oh. Well, I guess then also Betro had 2, so it's like that's right.
Well, yeah, but there's still 8 hints that have to be placed, not 8 items.
Yeah.
But where would the last one be hinted? I don't know. This is Law Urge, just I don't even have later, but yeah. Anyway, I think this is gonna be it for today.
Thunderhead.
So, yeah.
It's not Magma Turf because the harp was item hinted, actually.
Did you get an Academy hint?
Yes.
Yeah, I have no idea. CJ, fix your hints.
Caves, I think. I mean, hints are known to be bugged in the SGL version, but that's for different hints. Like, Baron hints don't work as they should. Well, I've actually been getting a lot of Baron hints recently.
Was there a Baron hint this season?
No.
Do they just not happen sometimes?
There might just not have been a Baron region. But also, there's a bug with hints where sometimes they just doesn't place any Baron hints. Even if there are Baron regions, because the game runs out of hints to place because of too many location hints.
Bug in the
Anyway,
system,
stop
IMO
publicly
should be
exposing our
replayed.
Rando live on stream, and
Yeah, bug in the system. We should just replay the set then. Can't have these bugs.
hey, if that were the case, I would have appealed the winter tourney match with Deer.
What happened in that one?
There was like some bug with the small treasure on the Bokoblin that made nothing happen there.
No, that was
I got
Deer.
really confused.
That was Deer.
I still would have lost even if I had immediately left, but it's whatever.
Yeah, Rando's fun sometimes.
Alright.
Alright, well, unless our runners have anything else to say, I guess that's going to be it for Skyward Sword Rando for today. The match between Jasnix and Jim will be scheduled soon, TM. Yeah, so check the schedule for when that's going to be. And yeah. With that, any final words, Senra?
Well, good night. I'm pretty much asleep right now. Sorry, but I should have thought twice before I submit to this, but GG's, you guys.
Yep, GG's to the runners. Go give each of these runners a follow, and yeah. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Don't trust your hands.